something related to the deities or great devotees. So like that. So thank you. So today happens to be a very special day, Vijay Dashami, and I came here and I was so surcharged hearing the kirtan. I thought I should not stop the kirtan because that is the ultimate goal in Kali Yuga. That kirtan, the whole purpose of having lectures is that we should be convinced that we should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So if I would have come in, then the kirtan would have stopped, thinking that now the lecture time has started. But Ishan Gaurav wanted to give me some opportunity, so he stopped the kirtan. Huh? No, you stopped, so then, anyways. So that's the best way, kirtan, chanting of the holy names, and that's the best way to celebrate the Vijayadashmi festival, to chant about the names of Lord Krishna, Lord Ramchandra, and discuss their pastimes. So I'm very happy to see all of you on Vijayadashmi evening. You all are here, and very nice to chant some prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Yutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Radhika Shri Shvatham Vimansa Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Sharine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurakushe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tatra Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanusute Devi Pranami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhurevasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So how many of you have read Ramayana? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very few of you. Anyways, you can plan to read Ramayana because it's very important. If you don't read Ramayana, then we will not remain connected to our culture, will not understand philosophy. Just like I used to hear a joke in my childhood days that one time one government school, one invigilator, invigilator inspector, he went to check the standards of the students. So like that, all the students were sitting like all of you, small students, like maybe 7th or 8th standard. So the teacher welcomed, today the government inspector has come to check how the school education is going on and everything. So the inspector was talking to the students. So he asked students, okay, I have one question. Who broke the bow of Shiva? Who broke the Shiva? शिव जी का धनुष किसने तोड़ा? किसी बच्चे ने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया. So the inspector looked at the teacher, said, no one is answering. You are the teacher. The teacher was also not so well educated in the Ramayana. He said, सर बच्चे बहुत शरारती हैं, इसी में किसी ने तोड़ा होगा, बता नहीं रहे हैं. So if you don't read Ramayana, we will be also like this. So now I want to ask you, who broke the bow of Lord Shiva? Or Ramchandra. So this I used to hear 15 years back when I was in school. We would had some jokes like Krishna conscious jokes like this. But now the situation is like this. We don't know about Lord Ramchandra. We don't know what all activities he did. And there are people who make anti videos. And in fact, that doesn't matter. But at least we should read. At least we should read Ramayan. We should read Gita. These are the foundation of our spiritual life. You want to know about Lord Ram, what did he do? Why did he do? What are his activities? Why he is Lord? These are the foundations. So, and in ISKCON, we have a wonderful book on Ramayana by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. He has written Ramayana in English, and his disciples have later translated into almost 7-8 languages, Indian languages, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi. So it's wonderful. I mean, it's a very compact, just few hundred pages. Very nice book, Ramayana. So I would request each one of you, if you don't have Ramayana, if you have not read Ramayana, you can even buy a Kindle version of Ramayana. It's available on Amazon by Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, or you can buy a hard copy from our temple stall. But please take out time and at least once in your life, read Ramayana. Read what is there and what did Lord Ram do. He has got his temples everywhere. So today is Vijay Dashami. Vijay Dashami. It's very simple. Vijay means winning, and Dashami is 10th, also known as Dashahara. So anyone knows the meaning of word Dashahara? Anyways, so yes.
Words combined thus is 10 and Hara the word so 10 word Ravan word.
Okay, I read another meaning. I in fact I heard from one senior devotee of ISKCON in a lecture. He said Dashahara means, Dash means 10th day. Our calendar, our Vedic calendar, there are 15 days as called Sukla Paksh and 15 days known as Krishna Paksh. So Sukla Paksh at the end, what comes? Purnima or Amavasya? After 15 days, there is a Purnima, Shukla Paksh, and Krishna Paksh. At the end, there is Amavasya, and again Purnima, and again Amavasya. In fact, in city we don't see moon and all, but I remember going to the villages in our summer breaks. We would go on the terrace to sleep because those days there is no electricity. Electricity comes, it's a festival. If electricity comes, maybe half an hour, 1 hour in a day, and it was not needed also because there is no mobile or anything. So you would go to sleep on the terrace because there's no electricity, and on the terrace you would see the bright moon, and it would be like as good as day. I mean, the moon was so cooling and soothing. The moon is known for giving coolness, but you can only experience when you are experiencing a moon in the dead night, like no street lights, no car lights, nothing. And then you see the moon, it is so soothing and cooling. So, anyways, so thus 10th, and in Sanskrit, the day is called Ahar. Like we have bhajans, Ahar Nisham. Ahar means day and Nisha means night. Nisha, Nishit, that's night. The meaning of the name. Prabhu came, I just took his name, previous one. Anyways, so Dash Ahar means the 10th day. 10th day. Now, if we just do little bit calculation and try to understand when this Ramayana would have happened, must be 4,000 years of Kali Yuga have gone. Before that, how many years of Dwapar Yuga? 8,64,000 years of Dwapar Yuga. And this Ramayana happened somewhere in Treta Yuga. So this would have happened, we can safely say, more than 8 lakh years before. Minimum 8 lakh years before, Till today, Lord Ram won this battle and killed Ravan. Till today, we celebrate this every year. This is transcendental. How many times do you remember India defeated Pakistan and still you celebrate on that day? Oh, that was the last week. Last weekend? The India defeated Pakistan or got defeated? What happened? They don't watch cricket. There is something called World Cup going on, for your general information. That is happening in the India. Many cricket teams have come here from various countries. And I think last Sunday or few Sundays back, because I was giving class in Attapur and few students came. So someone told me because of the India-Pakistan match going on. But I came to know that India won the match. So my question is that India won the match. Who celebrates the next day? Or every year on that particular Sunday, India, this was the day when India won the World Cup. This was the day when India won the match against Pakistan, or this was the day. Do we ever remember those days? Do we celebrate those days? We just forget it. But you see Lord's activities. He did this battle how many years back? More than 8 lakh years back. And till today, we celebrate this. Every year, we celebrate this. That is Lord's pastime. That is the meaning of transcendental, which is not affected by time factor. India fought with neighbors, and like there was a Kargil war, and then there was some other war, like different wars at the line of control. How many of us we still remember those days? That may be happening in the military team, remembering those who have become, those who died. What do they say? They martyred. Yeah, martyred. They may be doing that, but on a national level, no one remembers which was the Kargil war day, which was that war day. Doesn't matter for natural person. But if it's Vijay Dashami, it's happening in every house. That is Lord's activity. It is celebrated in every house. In fact, I remember my childhood days when I was born and brought up in small town in Bihar. And Vijayadashmi was one of the biggest festival of the year. There would be 10 days festival, Navratri. That was for Navratri purpose. But there would be big fair, and all kinds of people will put all kind of toy shops, everything. It's a big fair. And on the day of the Vijayadashmi, there would be at least, they would make effigies of Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Huge. Like in the township where I was born, brought up, that there was a ground which must be at least 40-50 acres, playground, 40-50 acres. So in that ground, that 40-50 acres ground, they would erect a big effigy of Ravan and Kumbhakarna with bamboos and like that. At least must be, I would say, like 4-5 storied building long, like at least 30-40 feet, like it's visible from far away. And just to see that Ravan and Kumbhakarna will be burnt in the evening, thousands of people would come. Thousands of people, just like how people come right now to see cricket matches. Just to see for that 20 minutes the burning of Ravan and Kumbhakarna. I have seen personally in my life. That whole ground, 40 acres, 50 acres of ground would be jam-packed with crowd. People are coming from nearby villages. Everyone is just coming to witness that Ravan and Kumbhakarna will be burnt. And then there would be one procession, three men, one dressed as Ram, one dressed as Lakshman, one dressed as Hanuman. Sita is not there right now. Sita will come after Ravan is killed. So Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, they are dressed. Lakshman has got his gada, and Lakshman. Hanuman has got his gada. He's rotating. They are going. I remember my father would point to see Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. They are going. We would be also excited. Sir, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman are going now. They are going. They will go all the way to that effigies, and then there they will shoot the arrows, and then they will put fire to it, and that would have lot of crackers in it, and it would make like big sound and lot of fire, and that would be like a amazing thing. That would last just 20-25 minutes, 30 minutes maximum, and once it's all burning, it's just fire, nothing else you see. But just to see that, thousands of people will get crowded just to see. They would spend money coming in all public vehicle, public transport, just to see that Ravan and Kumbhakarna will be burned. That was the way Vijayadashmi. I don't see that kind of celebration in Mumbai, but that's how it was, the way Vijayadashmi celebrated, such a way, and people have so much devotion. And in 2006, I was in Delhi for preparing for engineering exams. So the society, the area where I was staying in Delhi, there was a park there, public park. And every year in that public park, during Navratri for 10 days, they would show people Ramayana on big screen, like open theater, and the Ramayana of Ramanand Sagar. How many of you have seen that, Ramayana of Ramanand Sagar? Almost everyone. I have seen that many, many times, because in our home there's a TV, and that used to be that time dish cable connection, cable connection. So he would just go on playing Ramayana in loop. It gets over, again he will play. It gets over, again he will play. I've seen it so many times. So they would show that Ramayana for whole 10 days in Navratri, every day like 1 hour, 2 hours, to cover the whole serial in 10 days. And every time I would like go to the coaching class in the evening and come back in like around 9 o'clock, I would see that park would be also maybe half size of our temple, maybe 2 acres big. It would be like full jam, full packed. So many people just sitting and watching Ramayana. So that was the culture. That was the people's attachment and attraction to Lord Ram in the pastimes of Ramayana. In fact, we heard that the way TV was introduced in India, no one was buying it because people thought, what we will do? Then these serials came, Ramayana. And to watch Ramayana, people what? So many televisions. To watch Ramayana. I heard that if Ramayana is getting broadcasted, marriages would get cancelled or postponed because of the Ramayana broadcasting time. And there would be politicians would cancel their rally because Ramayana is going to get broadcasted. Every village would have just one. That I have personally seen, but that was maybe in 2002 and 1. That was later on, maybe second, third time broadcasting Ramayana. Every village would have just 1, 2 TVs. That's it. And everyone, in fact, when I would go to my village, my cousins, they would say, let's go. Raman Sagar made few more serials, Ramayan, and when he made Sri Krishna, and this all would be broadcasted on Sunday afternoon. So my cousins would tell, let's go, Sri Krishna is going to be shown in the TV. And there's a black and white TV in the house, small room, and the big crowd, not inside the house, even outside. And they would have this battery, TV powered with battery because no electricity. And there would be antenna on the top, catching somewhere DD signals, getting lost signals, and again catching signals, And those days, if TV would not work, they will go and slap the TV and start working. That was a different way to make TVs work. So I have those experiences of my life in relation to Ramayana and Vijay Dashami festival, and I very fondly remember those days of my life of celebrating Vijay Dashami in that way. So also this period is Navratri, 9 days of worshipping Durga, and 10th day Durga Devi called a demon. Killed a demon. What is the name of that demon? Mahishasura, a demon in the form of a buffalo. So after 9 days of fight, she finally killed. So that is also a significant thing which happened today. But this is known as more as Vijay Dashami, the day when Lord Ram killed Ravan. So very, very special day. And we should meditate, we should read Ramayana, all of us should. We have seen Ramanand Sagar, but that is also quite authentic. But along with that, we should also read Ramayana. Very heart-touching and so much to learn, so much to learn. So I thought to maybe share a few pastimes from Ramayana. The surrender of Lakshman, the inconceivable pastimes of Lord Ramchandra. These all are so amazing. And now it is less, but earlier people were so inspired by the character of Lord Ramchandra in the northern part of India, especially, that many members in their family would be named, like Ram Avatar, Ramchandra, Ram Charan, Ram Singh, like that. Many, with the name having Ram in it, because it was such a spacious name, so special. And people would name their children on the names of the Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Satrudhan. My maternal grandmother, my maternal grandfather name was Bharat. And we small kids were brought in little city kind of life. So whenever my grandmother, Nani, would come, I'd ask, Nani ji, who are the 4 sons of Dashrath? They would say, one is Ram, one is Lakshman, one is Satrudhan, and fourth is your Nana. She would never take the name Bharat, that was the culture. Can you imagine? She would never, whenever we were the small kids, we would just do out of teasing. Now I would say, no, what's the name? Your Nana's name. Then she'd show her hand. It was, nowadays we do tattoo now with machines. Those days they would do with something which would be so painful. It was written here, my Nana's name, Bharat Singh, like that. She'd say, this is the name. So, such a chaste lady, never take the name. And we'd make so many times, we would ask. Always say, Ram, Lakshman, Satrughan, and your Nana. So, at that time I didn't understand, but only after when we read books of Srila Prabhupada, met devotees, then understand what is culture, what is chastity, Why she is not taking the name? Otherwise, we'll never understand. Nowadays, people, if they don't take husband's name, they will say, okay, this is they are backward, or they are like outdated, blind faith, like that kind of thoughts. But now, though, it's very worse situation. But those days was so much of respect, so much of culture. I mean, now it's all over, and I don't think you will able to even experience those things now, because there's such high level of culture and all centered about God and like that. So it's amazing. So, anyways, so Ramayana is such an amazing scripture where we see that how Lord Ramchandra is performing so many wonderful pastimes. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in a famous shloka in chapter number 4, verse number 9. Do you remember that? Janma karma chame divyam evam veti tatvata tatva deham punarjanma. I remembered something I wrote to tell you, so I don't forget it. So, anyways, so Janma karma chame divyam. It says, my birth and my pastimes, they are divya, they are transcendental. They are transcendental. One who understands this can go back to Godhead. And I already told you one understanding of transcendental. Do you remember I told some time back? What is transcendental? And what example I gave? I said that Vijay Dashami, Lord Ram won the battle lakhs of years back, but till today, is celebrated. Not only winning the battle, even the welcoming of the Lord in Ayodhya, which is after 2 weeks, 20 days. What is that? Deepavali, with the day Lord Ram comes back to Ayodhya. And that is also celebrated. And so I said, this is transcendental, because even lakhs of years have passed, these festivals are going on. But we don't celebrate, 1983 India won the World Cup, 2011 India won the, 2011 I guess, India won the World Cup, and we don't celebrate those things and have every year a festival and a feast and get all the photos of cricketers and worship them. We don't do that, correct? So that is material. That is material. That diminishes with time. No effect with time. There is no pleasure. It's all ego level. I am Indian, they are Pakistani, this, that. It's all ego level. But this is transcendental, the pastimes of Lord. How lakhs of years have gone away. Still people are celebrating. Still, Lord Ram's temple is getting constructed in Ayodhya, and so many places, Vijay Dashami, northern part of India basically, very big way celebrated. So this is just, you can imagine, this is called transcendental. No effect of time. Who will celebrate our activities or our birth, or even our parents won't remember the day you started walking, or when you're an infant and started walking, or the day you started reading or you started speaking, father, mother, they don't even remember. That's just material. Whatever we are doing is all material. But when Lord does, it is all spiritual, it is transcendental. And transcendental means no effect of time. No effect of time. In spite of Muslims ruling for 800 years, British ruling for 200 years, you see how Ramayana is so grounded. And it is not that Ramayana and this culture is only limited to India. Today I was coming in the Indigo flight, and they have this one, in the chair, there's a jacket, and there was a one magazine which mentioned that Ramayana all around the world. And they had photos of Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, different ways represented in different parts of the world. Isn't it? We saw that. We were seeing that magazine. Different countries, various parts of the world, different countries where Hanuman, there's a monkey god worshipped in various parts of the world. And there's a story similar to Ramayana, that there was a king, his prince was sent to the forest. Then the queen of the prince, the wife of the prince also went. She was kidnapped by a demon. The details may be different. The look of the character may be a little different. But the overall story is same. Until now, actually, see, movies are also having same story. There's a hero, there's a villain. The villain comes and he captures the actresses. Then hero goes, and what he does? He kills the villain and he saves the actresses. Most of the movie, this is the theme. Isn't it? Most of the movie. This may have some masala and it may have some kind of addition. And the hero is hero, even he's drinking, even he's smoking, but he's a great personality. And he's doing all kind of nonsense, but he's a great personality. So, but the storyline is all taken from Ramayana only. The same storyline. So that's how our scriptures. They only don't give us education. They're even entertaining. I mean, we read Ramayana. It's like so many people with so many qualities, and it's amazing. So my request would be for all of you to please read Ramayana. In fact, if you don't go to read something on internet or buy a Valmiki Ramayana of Sanskrit, just buy Ramayana by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and read it. Buy in your own language, either buy a Kindle format from Amazon or buy a hard copy from our bookstall. It is one of the best Ramayana for our current generation, with all information and as per Srila Prabhupada's teachings. So this Ramayana describes the pastimes of Lord Ram Chandra. So we hear that when Lord Ram Chandra, just sharing few pastimes, that when the day he was going to be coronated, one day before, the whole city, the preparation was going on for his coronation. At that time, Dashrath Maharaj called Kaikai. We all know the story. Kaikai asked for 2 boons and Lord Ram was called. So Lord Ram went and Dashrath Maharaj was almost fainted because he was in so much of pain. He said, how can I tell Ram to go to the forest, that also for 14 years? How is it possible? And they have already announced that tomorrow he will be the king. He is going to be coronated. The whole Ayodhya is celebrating that tomorrow Ram will be the king. The whole Ayodhya is celebrating. And you are saying that today I should call and tell him go to the forest for 14 years. Dashrath was not able to say this. He was fainted. He was like coming back to consciousness, fainting, coming to consciousness and fainting. Then when Lord Ramchandra, he went to the inner chambers of Kaikai and Dashrath Maharaj. Then Kaikai only said that I have asked for 2 boons from your father, and he's become so, he's a big Kshatriya, but he's showing so much weakness of heart, and he's not ready to fulfill that boon. What kind of Kshatriya, what kind of, they all come from which dynasty? Ichchavaku. Ichchavaku once, great kings, Ichchavaku, Surya Vamsa. So then she was sarcastic like this, and Lord Ramchandra, Sri Ramchandra, he just said, oh mother, there was no need to even go to Dashrath Maharaj. You could have just told me that you want me to go to the forest. I would have gone without any second thought. Ramchandra came back. Ramayana describes, but Ramchandra came back. There was not even a single iota, delta, alpha, whatever you say, of any kind of less, kind of the moroseness on the face or sadness on the face that tomorrow I was going to be the king. Now today they told me to go to the forest. See what is happening, so much politics. Nothing like that. No, absolutely nothing like that. It is described that when Sri Ramchandra, when he came back to his chambers, he was the same when he went to meet. When he heard this, that he has to go to forest for 14 years and he won't become the king, there was no moroseness. There was no any kind of less, like his smile became less, nothing. He was absolutely the same. That is Sri Ramchandra. Suppose if you are told, no, tomorrow you will be this, you will be promoted. And the boss has already told, this inner news, tomorrow promotion is going to be announced, And you call your friends and say, oh, tomorrow I am going to get promoted, I'll give party today. And then tomorrow morning they said, see, some board members didn't agree, so promotion is cancelled. How much we will be disturbed? How much will be disturbed? So much. I remember that one time when I was in standard 12, so in our school they have this, any school, in Northern India, 11 and 12th is also in school. Here I see it is in junior college. So I was in school, so in 12th, they would make someone as the head boy, and like that. So I was there and one of my friend was there, and one among us would become the head boy. So one day before, the faculties, the principal, they decided, okay, that they will make me the head boy, and he came to know he will become the next to the head boy was the vice head boy or something like that, assistant, not assistant, but like how you have deputy and co and something like this. But when he was expecting that he should become the head boy, but then he came to that he won't become the head boy. And next day in the school assembly, they were going to announce that now this will be the new head boy in our school. So he didn't come that day because he was feeling so insulted that I won't be declared as the head boy and this guy will become head boy. So I won't go to the school because I cannot hear this announcement anymore. So he didn't come. This is I am giving you an example on the level of a school. You see in politics in India how they change the parties because they are not given tickets or whatever, and it's everywhere, everywhere. Nobody wants to lose a position. Petty positions. One small company, one small school head boy, one small institution president. Petty position. Lord Ramchandra was going to become the not only Ayodhya, they were Chakravarti Samrat, emperor of the whole planet. Ayodhya was the capital. Ayodhya was the capital. They were ruling the whole planet. They were the emperor, Chakravarti Samrat, ruling the whole planet with Ayodhya as capital. And that person who is going to become the next day, Chakravarti Samrat, he is told, go to forest. And Lord Ram just agrees, okay, fine. So much to learn. In our small life, we sometimes don't get petty things and we're disturbed. Sometimes you may feel, oh, I'm reading Gita, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, it's not helping me. I'm not getting good marks, I'm not getting good promotion, I'm not getting good job. Somebody came to me and said, I'm chanting, but some of them not getting good job. That's not the purpose of chanting actually. We chant so that we come out of the cycle of this birth and death. In fact, we want to make you chant so that you give up the job. That's what many devotees have done here. That's what many of us have done that. So anyways, that's a hidden agenda. You may be thinking, oh, we are caught here. So anyways, the point is that we chant to Lord so that we develop love for Him, and at the end of the life we are promoted to the spiritual world. That's why we chant Hare Krishna. We develop love for Lord because this is all temporary. In this temporary world, we are crying for petty things. Oh, this kind of cheating was done to me, this kind of politics was done to me, I was betrayed, I was cheated, I was ignored, I was this, I was that. Just remember Lord Ramchandra at that time. He was told, go 14 years in forest. There is no retreat center. Huh? It's not that nowadays we go to forest and we go to a nice retreat center. Nothing. He is going to stay in jungle. Nothing. They have to construct their own huts and just use the flowing water in the river. Whole jungle, dense, dark bushes, no electricity, nothing, absolutely nothing. And that place he has to go and stay. Dandakaranya forest. If you go, how many of you went to Nasik? So almost 50% of you went to Nasik. So there is the place. Lord Ramchandra left Ayodhya and came and stayed in Dandakaranya forest. It was all forest, all forest. So just remember Lord Ramchandra, when you feel like this, I was betrayed, I was cheated, there's a politics to me, I was neglected, I was not valued. This is all petty things. Here is a Samrat, going to Samrat next. All preparations for him. It's already declared. Says go to forest. And he just goes. So anyways, then when Lord Ramchandra wants to go to forest, Mother Sita also insists, I will also come because my father has told that I must be with you anytime, anywhere you go. So I have to come with you. And Lakshman said, I will also come. Lakshman said, I will also come. Ramchandra said, no, you don't have the rights to come because I have been asked. You stay here, your mother is there. So that time, Ramchandra said, you go to your mother and ask your mother that what to do. Should I go or... I want to go, so what should I do? At that time, Lakshman, he goes to Sumitra and says, Mother, Lakshman's mother, Sumitra, I want to go to the forest. I want to go with Ramchandra. I want to serve Ramchandra. Sumitra didn't say, hey, don't go in all this chakkar, be in the... No one has told you to go to forest, be in the Ayodhya and enjoy that. Sumitra did not say like this. What Sumitra said? Sumitra said, this is known as one of the most famous shloka of Ramayana. Sumitra said, Ramam dashyam vidhi mam vidhi janakatmacham Ayodhya matvitam vidhi gacchatat yatha sukham. Sumitra said, today my womb has become auspicious. It has become great fortune for me, for my womb, that I have got a son like you, who wants to go to forest with Lord Ramchandra. And she says, Ramam Dasham Vidhi. Consider that Ram is only Dashath for you now. Dashath is father, no? So now Ram is only Dashath for you. Mama Vidhi Janakatmajam. Whatever you see in me, whatever you'll have love for me, Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam, the daughter of Janak. Consider, see me in daughter of Janak. Ayodhya Atavam Vidhi. Consider jungle only as Ayodhya now. Don't think that this all palatial buildings and all facility are no. Ayodhya Atavam Vidhi. Consider the jungle is Ayodhya. Gachata tatha sukham. My son, go happily, be with Ramchandra. Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki. So that is Mother Sumitra's instruction. Go. Now today's mothers won't give such instruction. Jao. Go to ISKCON movement and spread Sanatan Dharma. Hardly any mothers will say nowadays. They say, hey, going to ISKCON. Neighbors will say, son is going to ISKCON. So videos on YouTube. What happens when who goes to ISKCON, you know? You will see after some time his hairs will become small, start wearing dhoti kurta, he'll put on tilak, then he will say he wants to go for Gita course, then he will be in temple and then forget now, it's all over. So those mothers, those parents, some of you will become parents in future. You should learn from Sumitra that if your child, like Mother Sumitra's son, when he's saying I want to go and serve Ramchandra, she is not saying, no, don't do that, don't go to forest, you are not asked, be in Ayodhya. No. She is saying, Jao, Ram is your father, Sita is your mother, forest is Ayodhya. Just go serve them, be happy, no need to stay here. This is now forest. Wherever is Ram, wherever is Sita, that is Ayodhya. That was the instruction of Mother Sumitra. That's what our parents are supposed to say if somebody wants to dedicate his life to spread this Sanatan Dharma and spread Krishna consciousness and make everyone devotee. In fact, that is what we are supposed to do. That is what service we are supposed to do. Like Hanumanji, what Hanumanji did? Sita was kidnapped by Ravan. What Hanuman did? Hanuman went and found where is Mother Sita and helped to bring Mother Sita back to Ramchandra. In the similar way, our job is, Sita is energy of Krishna. Sita is energy of Krishna. In the similar way, all the souls in this world, they all are energy of Krishna. They all are lost here and there. Our job is like of Hanumanji, to bring them back to Ramchandra. Just like Hanumanji helped to bring Mother Sita to Ramchandra, our job is same. Bring all the souls who are lost here and there by sharing about Krishna consciousness, by spreading Krishna consciousness, by telling them about chanting, making them connect to God. And that's how you become very dear to Krishna. Just like Hanuman was so dear to Ramchandra. Hanuman was so dear to Ramchandra. There's a famous story that one time Lord Ramchandra was having a notebook, and he was in that notebook was the name of the devotees who always remember Ramchandra. So Hanumanji came to know Ramchandra has a notebook, he has name of the devotees who always remember Ramchandra. So he was going through, he didn't find his name there. He said, my Lord, whole day I chant your name, my name is not in your notebook. Sri Ram said, I have another notebook. In that I have written the names of devotees whom I always remember. And Hanuman, your name is there in that notebook. You are so dear to me that I always remember you. So I heard this story. I have not read it anywhere, but just heard it. Just telling that if you serve Lord Ram, he is so. I'll give you one example also ahead. That he doesn't see any fault in his devotee. That doesn't mean that we do any mistakes, but he doesn't see any fault in his devotee. That is Sri Ramchandra. He just sees what is good in this soul. What is good? He just sees this one thing. What is good in this soul? So there is a famous alwar. South India, there were 12 alwars who were the incarnations of various things related to Krishna, like his bow, like his gada, and different paraphernalia, and like that. So there's a famous alwar called Quresh alwar. Quresh alwar wrote a beautiful prayers glorifying Lord Ramchandra and telling the various pastimes which are not reconcilable, which cannot be connected, reconcilable. Cannot, like you have in tell, reconcile something like So which are not reconcilable. You cannot you can say, Lord, why is he doing so? So in fact, he is asking same thing. The Salwar is glorifying Lord Ramchandra by asking some questions. Quraysh Salwar in his prayers. So Quraysh Salwar says, my dear Lord, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. When the golden deer came nearby your hermitage, and Mother Sita said that I want this golden deer, you just went to to kill that golden deer and bring to Mother Sita, just like an ordinary husband who just wants to fulfill the desire of his wife. You very well knew that this golden deer is actually a demon who has come to just distract us. In spite of knowing this, I don't understand why do you do such pastimes. You are just going and running behind and running to catch that golden deer. So he says, I don't understand why you act in this way. At some time you show your inconceivable pastimes. At some time you just act like ordinary human being. When Mother Sita was kidnapped, what happened? Ramchandra was crying like any common man, teaching that if you get attached to a woman, you will also cry whole life. That is the teaching there. That is the teaching. That is the teaching there. That if you get attached to a woman, you will cry whole life. That's why in our brahmachari classes, we are given definitions of wife. Worry is invited forever. That's how they inspire, be brahmachari, don't get married, because otherwise if you get married, you just invite more and more worries in your life. Anyways, so Sita was kidnapped and Ramchandra is crying like a common man. He's searching, where is Sita, where is Sita, where is Sita, he doesn't know. So this Quraysh Salwar says that you see, Ramchandra is crying like this. Oh Lord Ram, you're crying like this. But when you meet Jatayu, what Ramchandra does? You saw in Nasik? What he did to Jatayu? Yeah, but then he gave moksha. He gave moksha to Jatayu, sent Jatayu back to Godhead. So this Quraysh Salwar questions Ramchandra. My Lord, your Lord, Ram, you are giving moksha to Jatayu. What is his qualification? Jatayu is first a bird, animal. Generally, moksha is only meant for human beings. You are giving moksha to someone who is an animal. Then you are giving moksha to someone who has not done any kind of yoga or anything. Like earlier, to get moksha, one has to fully sense control, do lot of yoga, be perfect yogi. But he's just a bird. He's not even a yogi. And he cannot follow any yoga marga. Still, you gave him moksha. And moreover, he was killed by a Brahmin. Who killed Jatayu? Ravan. Ravan was actually a Brahmin son. He was a Brahmin. So someone who's killed by a Brahmin, there is no question of him getting a moksha. But in spite of having all these things, being an animal, not doing any yoga sadhana, and being killed by a Brahmin, still you gave him moksha. You know how to send Jatayu back to Godhead. How come you don't know where is Mother Sita? And you are crying for Mother Sita. Your pastimes are completely unreconcilable. Cannot reconcile it. My dear Lord, I don't understand why do you do like this. One place you are sending Jatayu back to Godhead. Other place you are searching where is Sita. Why don't you also send me back to Godhead? You can send your devotee who has not done any bhajan marg, no yoga, animal killed by a Brahman. So this is very difficult to understand and very difficult to reconcile. Cannot be reconciled. Then further, this Quraysh Salwar says about Lord Ram's pastime that, see, if I am in trouble, I will take help from someone who is more powerful than me, isn't it? I'll seek someone help who is more powerful than me. I don't understand that. Why did you choose Sugriv to take help? Sugriv is someone who is himself hiding away from Bali. He's hiding away from Bali. He is himself in trouble. Moreover, when Sugriv, you went to do friendship with Sugriv to take his help to find Mother Sita, Sugriv wanted to test your power. And then Sugriv said that, okay, if you want to help me first, you have to kill Vali. But to kill Vali first, let me see how much power you have. So what Sugriv said, Sugriv showed one Sal Vriksha and told Ramchandra, if you can, break this by your bow and arrow. What Lord Ram did, he shot one arrow. It not only broke one Sal Vriksha, but it broke 7 7 such trees were cut down. Plus, there was a big what you call a skeleton of Dhundubi that was also thrown away very, very far away. Plus, he pulverized, means made a mountain completely into powder. In one arrow did 3 things. So much extreme power. So much extreme power. So this Alvar says, you are so powerful. This Sugriv just asked you to show your power by breaking one vriksha. You did so much. Sugriv is so weak. Still, I don't understand why you are taking help from him. Someone has to take help. He will take help from someone who is more powerful. And you are taking help from someone who is weaker than you. So, very difficult to reconcile your pastimes. Then he justifies. What he justifies that Sugriv told you to kill Bali, and Bali was very, very powerful. He had defeated Sugriv like anything. And to take help from Sugriv, you killed Bali also. You killed Bali. How did Lord Ram kill Bali? By shooting arrow, but hiding. So many times people say, hey, why did Lord Ram hid himself? He could have come ahead. But then this Quresh Alvar explains that actually that's how a Kshatriya, when he goes for hunting, he kills the animal by hiding. He doesn't go in front of the animal. So Lord Ramchandra doesn't have to justify, doesn't have to give Vali so much of, position that come and fight with me face to face. A Kshatriya goes for hunting, he kills animals hiding. In the similar way, Ramchandra killing Vali hiding is perfectly fine because Bali is a monkey, and a monkey or animal can be killed by a Kshatriya in a forest hiding way. There is nothing wrong. Bringing Vali in front face to face means raising the position of Vali, which is not required. So this Quresh Alvar explains that it's not you did, this was the perfect thing. Further he says very beautifully that when Vibhishan came to you, when Lord Ramchandra with his whole monkey army, he reached where? He reached to the shore, Indian Ocean. Recently, in our traveling Sankirtan party, we went to that place, Dhanush Koti, where the point where they started making the bridge over the ocean. So at that place, Ramchandra, Sugriv came. And when Sugriv came, you coronated Sugriv and you told that, hey Lankesh, sorry, Vibhishan came. And to Vibhishan you are saying, hey Lankesh. So this Alvar says, right now you have not even made the bridge to reach Lanka. You have not even killed Ravan. You even don't know how powerful is Ravan. But your Vibhishan has come and you are telling him, hey Lankesh, you are just making him the king of Lanka. Also, I don't understand what are your these wonderful pastimes which are so difficult to reconcile. Sita has been not saved, Ravan is not killed, bridge is not made. How much powerful is Ravan? You have not yet seen. But when Vibhishan has come, you are connoting him, and that is the place. There is a temple at Dhanushkoti where Ramchandra coronated Vibhishan and made him the king of Lanka. So your Ramchandra, your pastimes are very difficult to understand. They are not reconcilable. They are different. Then on the advice of Vibhishan said that, no, Varun Dev, ocean's god, let's do some prayer to him. He will come and he will give the way for you to go to Lanka. So Lord Ramchandra agreed, okay, whatever Vibhishan is saying, I'll follow. So he did 3 days, prayed to, for 3 days he prayed to Varun Dev, he didn't come out. For 3 days, he prayed to Varun Dev, he didn't come out. Then finally what Ramchandra did, he took his bow and arrow, and said, I'll dry up the ocean. At that time, out of fear, immediately, Varun Dev came out. Just to imagine, one of the very famous sannyasi in ISKCON, His Holiness Radha Maharaj says, if somebody claims to be a god, in fact, Ramchandra was so angry that when Sri Ramchandra was gazing at the ocean water, after 3 days when Varun didn't respond, the water was boiling. So Maharaj says that if anyone claims to be a god, tell him to gaze at one glass of water and make it boil. If he's God, tell him, yeah, this is one glass of water, look at it and make it boil. Then you are God. This Ramchandra is looking at the ocean water, and ocean water is boiling. At that time, Varun comes, and then Varun Dev is like, with folded hands, asking forgiveness and saying, please forgive, and says, instead of me giving you the way, it will be more glorious for you to make a bridge, and you have people who can make bridge on the ocean. So Ramchandra says, that's okay, we'll make the bridge. But now I have put my arrow on the bow. I cannot keep it back in my quiver. That is against my Kshatriya dharma. So it has to go somewhere. You tell what should I do now. Then Varun Dev says that far away there is one island. There are many demons who are disturbing. Can you shoot that arrow and kill them? Lord Ramchandra said, okay, fine, I'll do that. Then Kuresh Alwar says, my dear, I don't understand. You are not able to see those demons far away. You are shooting arrow. You understood what he is saying? And you are killing those demons. Why can't you shoot arrow and kill Ravan only? Your pastimes are very difficult to reconcile. Very difficult. That's why Krishna says in Gita, Janma karma chame divyam. It is transcendental. We cannot understand why Lord does what he does. He does whatever he likes to do. At one place he is killing the demons far away in the island. At other place he is saying, I'll go to Lanka and kill them. So, very difficult to reconcile your pastimes. Very difficult. Then he says further, these are beautiful poems by Kuresh Alwar. That first day of the battle, Ravan came. When he reached there, Ravan came. And Ravan was thoroughly defeated by Lord Ramchandra. Very first day. At that day only, Ramchandra could have killed Ravan and taken Mother Sita. But he forgave him. He said, okay, this is the first day. Maybe you are not better prepared. You go back and come with better preparation. He says, my Lord, you are so merciful. The one who has kidnapped your wife, that person, the very first day you defeated, you could have killed and protected Mother Sita. But still you let him go. Okay, go back, prepare nicely and come back. And then the whole battle goes for, I don't know, I don't remember what number of days, but few very less number of days. This battle at Lanka goes. So how merciful you are. So merciful. So merciful. So I forgot to mention that when Vibhishan came to surrender to Sri Ramchandra, then at that time there was some kind of difference of opinion among the ministers of Ramchandra. Whether we should give Vibhishan or we should not keep. He may be a spy. He might have come to know our secrets and go and tell. So whether we should keep or not. At that time, Sri Ramchandra told one thing which is known as Charam Shloka or ultimate Shloka. In our Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan scriptures, there are 3 shlokas which are known as Charam Shlokas. One of them is in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna promises. What promise he gives? Sarv dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo. This is called Charam Shloka. You just surrender unto me, I'll give you full protection. Shri Krishna Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, just surrender. What is the definition of surrender? There are various things we can discuss some other time, but at least chant every day, follow 4 principles, read books. So just surrender, I'll give you all protection. This was the called a Charam Shloka, ultimate Shloka, which comes in Gita. The other Charam Shloka comes in Ramayana, where Sri Ramchandra tells to all his ministers that now Vibhishan has come and he is taking my shelter. I cannot send him back. And he says, Sakri Deva prapannoyam tavasmi cha yatate abhyam sarvam tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. He says, Sakrid eva prapannayas, one who completely prapanna means surrender, comes to me, tava asmi cha yachate, and just says, oh Lord Ram, I am yours. What he says? Say, oh Lord Ram, I am yours. This much. Just if someone goes and says, we have a Ram Darbar in our temple. Just go. Every morning when I am hearing Mangal Arati in front of Ram Darbar, I say only this, my Lord Ram, I am yours. Because that's what he says in that shloka. Sakri deva prapannaya tav asmi cha yachate. Tava asmi. Tava means yours and asmi means I. Tava asmi cha yachate. I am yours. That's it. Dadami abhyam. The abhyam sarvada tasmai. To that soul, I give what? Abhay. Abhay means fearlessness. To that soul I give fearlessness. Abhyam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. This is my vrat. This is my vow. That if any soul comes and surrenders to me and just says, "O Lord Ram, I am yours," I give myself to him, I give him shelter, and I give him all protection. There's another Charam Shloka which comes in Ramayana. Like that, there's one more third Charam Shloka which comes in. There's a book called uh, Varaha Puran, where Lord Varahadev says to Mother Lakshmi that if someone has served me whole life, not that when we become very old, senses are not working, eyes, legs, nose, mouth, nothing is working, then we say, now I will go and serve God. When the whole senses are gone, that's like, do you gift anyone a rotten apple? No. But people have idea, you practice Krishna consciousness when we grow old. जब जीवन में किसी काम के नहीं रहेंगे तो भगवान के काम के आएंगे. This is foolishness. So Varahadev says in Varaha Puran that if someone for his whole life serves me by his body, by his mind, by his words, serves me for whole life, and when he's on the deathbed, like a wooden piece means not able to move, just like lying flat, or is like a stone, like only the whole body is like it has become stiff. His body is like become a stone, or his body has become like a wood, and he's in pain. He's not able to remember me. Oh Lakshmi, at that time, I remember my devoted that soul, and I bring him to my planet, back to Golok Dham. This is the words of Varahadev in Varaha Puran, which is called a Charam Shloka. That even if someone has served whole life due to whatever reason, sometimes you're traveling in the train, it may happen that the train meets with accident and we never wake up. It happens sometimes, isn't it? So if someone who has served whole life with his body, mind, words, Lord Varahadev says, I make sure I remember him, even if he doesn't remember me because of his body situation. I remember him and I bring him back to Godhead. So this is Charam Shloka. So like that in Ramayana, Lord Ramchandra says while accepting Bibhishan, Tavasmi chayachate, you just say I am yours and I give him full protection. Dadami abhayam, I give him fearlessness. Abhay, no more fear. Right now in material world, you have so much of fear. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? If I lose my job, if I don't get job, when I'll get married, when I will have my own house, when my bank balance will increase. So much of anxieties we have, so much of fear we have. But Sri Ramchandra says, no need to fear. I'll give you all kind of fearlessness. Abhayam. Just say this, that I am yours. So these are the beautiful pastimes. And finally the fight starts. First day, as I said, Ravan was defeated. But then Ravan goes back. Everyone in the family of Ravan says, Ravan, you are a rascal. Why did you kidnap Mother Sita? If you read Ramayana, you will see whether it was Bibhishan who left only. Bibhishan left. As soon as Bibhishan realized that Ravan has kidnapped Sita and is going to fight with Ram, immediately Bibhishan said, I am no more with you. I am no more with you. I am leaving you. I am going. Immediately Bibhishan left and joined the army of Ramchandra. That's how we should be. If we are in a community, in a family where everyone is anti-God, we should just give up, give away, go away from there. There's no meaning to be there. See Bibhishan. As soon as he saw this kidnapped Sita and is so doing nonsense and is doing all this, immediately said, I'm not going to stay with you. He went and joined Ramchandra. So when there was a battle went on, there's so detailed description in Ramayana. So many gates were there in Lanka, 4 gates. There were 4 main commanders at those gates, and there are so many other soldiers. Everyone was finally slowly killed. And finally Sri Ramchandra using his Brahmastra. First he was cutting heads of Ravan. He said 100 times he cut the head of Ravan. But Ravan did not die. Then finally he took out his Brahmastra, and with Brahmastra he directly shot the Brahmastra directly to the heart of Ravan. And the Brahmastra went, directly pierced the heart of Ravan, and Ravan died. Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki Jai. So before that, when the monkey army reached, monkey army reached Lanka, what happens at Lanka? Ravan sends his messenger, go and survey the monkey army, go and survey the army of Ramchandra. Can you imagine? I mean, there's another something inconceivable that is any time that we see monkey doing any constructive thing, we never see that. And Sri Ramchandra has got an army of monkeys. They don't know to use weapons. They fought all using the stones, mountain peaks, and trees. And that's why in Krishna Leela, Krishna says, I'm very obliged to these monkeys. That's why he feeds them, butter, makhan. They have served me so much in my previous incarnation. So I'm very obliged to them. So this is really very difficult to understand. But we can just glorify Lord that He made monkeys army so powerful that those soldiers on the demon side were so skilled, but those skilled demons could not do anything. So anyways, two messengers came to survey Ramchandra's army. And this messenger completely surveyed the army of Ramchandra, and they went back to Lanka inside. From the beach, they went to Lanka. They went to Ravan. And Ravan asked, okay, describe how big is the army of Ramchandra. Then there were two. One was named as Suk and one was known as Saran. They said to Ravan, oh Ravan, to describe you how big is the army of Ramchandra, first we'll have to teach you mathematics. Says, first I will teach you counting system, because it is not possible to understand how big is this. So I just copied from that Ramayana. I thought I should make you read. Don't think that our Vedic scriptures have no or less information or there are stories. It's so calculative. The monkey army was so expansive, big, that in order to describe the extent of it, Saran first had to explain the Vedic system of counting to Ravan. He explained that 1 with 6 zeros, 1 with 5 zeros is 1 with 5 zeros is 1 lakh. 100 lakhs equal to what? No. 100 lakhs is 1 crore. 100 lakhs. 100 lakhs. 100 lakh is 1 crore. You need to know that if you want to become crorepati. 100 lakhs is 1 crore. 1 lakh of crores is called Sanku. 1 lakh of Sanku is called Mahasanku. 1 lakh of Mahasanku is called Vrinda. 1 lakh of Vrinda is called Padma. 1 lakh of Padma is called Mahapadma. 1 lakh of Mahapadma is called Kharva. 1 lakh of Kharva is called Mahakharva. 1 lakh of Mahakharva is called Samudra. 1 lakh of Samudra is called Ogha. 1 lakh of Ogha is called Mahaogha. Then Saran said, O Ravan, in the army of Ramchandra, they have 100 crores of Mahaoghas of soldiers. So one time I did that. You can calculate. It comes to be 10 to the power somewhere 43 or 53. You may do it later on and inform others. It's in Ramayana mentioned. 100 crores of Mahaoghas. That was the army of Ramchandra. That big was the monkey. Nowadays people talk about population explosion, so much of population, and they have this, we should have only 2, like that. This was. But you see here, how big is the army? Who is feeding them? Krishna is maintaining. He is maintaining crores of living entities in the ocean, isn't it? He is maintaining crores of living entities in the air, aquatics and aerials. In the jungle, so many elephants are being maintained. But we human beings have become so foolish that we say that there is becoming overpopulation and we need to control power. It is sheer foolishness, utter foolishness to think that way. That is the army of Ramchandra. Earth can produce much more than what we can consume if we just surrender to God. So in this way, on this particular day of Vijay Dashami, Lord Ramchandra single-handedly killed Ravan. There's a fight, fierce fight. At that time, both the sides of soldiers stopped fighting and they were just watching, because it was such an amazing fight between Ramchandra and Ravan. Just watching. No one else was fighting. They're just watching. And Ravan was having his own chariot. Ramchandra, he got the chariot by whom? Indradev. Who was the charioteer? Indradev's charioteer. Yeah, what's his name? Matli. Very good. Some good knowledge. So Matli was the charioteer, and they had a fierce fight. Finally, he was killed. When he was killed, finally Sri Ramchandra, as no doubt he will be the winner, he will win the battle. But when Ram is killed, then Ramchandra, he told Vibhishan, now since you are his brother, everyone else in the family has died. Ravan has died, he was the king. Now he should perform his final rites. Vibhishan says, no, he is so sinful, he has kidnapped Mother Sita, he is a demon, I am not going to do any final rites for him. Let him rot and not do final rites. Ramchandra is so magnanimous. He says, no, no, no. Whatever he did, whatever happened, now he's dead. And as a brother, it is your responsibility that you should perform his final rites. That is the magnanimity, that is the mercy of Ramchandra. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki. So like that, whole Ramayana is filled with wonderful pastimes of Ramchandra. And it will be very good for us that if you take out time and read Ramayana, read about Sri Ramchandra, read about his pastimes, read about his merciful nature, that how he was so merciful. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj explains that for Ravan to become Lankesh, what he had to do? He had to do so much of austerities, by which he became so powerful, and then he stole all the gold from Kuber, and he hijacked Lanka. But he got all this after doing so much of austerity. Vibhishan, he got everything just by going and folding hands in front of Ramchandra. If you just go and surrender to Ramchandra, just go and say, Lord Ram, I am yours, Tavasmi Chayachate. Just pray to him. Lord Ram can give you much more than we can try to get by our material attempts in this world. We're doing so much of material attempts, we are trying to gain this, gain that, running from post to pillar for 2 times meal, and we have self-made so much of responsibilities. We have to break those barriers and go and just pray to, you have beautiful deities of Gaur Nitaya, beautiful deities of Shri Radha Ras Bihari Ji and Shri Ramchandra Lakshman Hanuman, Mother Sita. So go there and just pray, and Lord Ram can bless us in much more capacity than what even we are thinking of, much more than that. So these are devotion just got by folding hands in front of Ramchandra. He just went, surrendered, and Lord Ramchandra said, yeah, you are Lankesh now. So if you want to live a happy life, if you want to make our human life successful, just surrender to Krishna, surrender to Ramchandra, chant Hare Krishna every day, read books, Krishna conscious books like we have Ramayana, Krishna, Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Have a prayerful mood, follow 4 regulative principles, chant Hare Krishna, and the life will be glorious, human life will be successful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So any comments, any questions? So how many of you are coming to Vrindavan Dham? Those who are not coming, how many of you wish to come to Vrindavan Dham? How many of you wish that yes, I must go to Vrindavan Dham? Not, some are not wishing, I am just telling wishing to come to Vrindavan Dham. Wish, you may come, you may not come, but you wish to come. So you don't wish to come? You are coming also, okay. Okay, you wish to come or you are coming. So almost everyone. And how many are now coming? So maybe like 30-40% of here, or even maybe less. So you come Vrindavan, next week we all are going. Those who are not coming, still you make a try to come. You will not lose anything. Vrindavan Dham is so potent. Vrindavan Dham is something where you can experience Krishna consciousness much more. Whatever we are experiencing Krishna consciousness here is just like a hazy thing, hazy, cloudy. But if you come to Vrindavan Dham, you will experience Krishna consciousness in much higher scale. You can experience, you can feel Krishna consciousness. You can feel that how people are so devotional there, how the Dham has so much of potency that there you just want to attend every day Mangal Arati, you just want to chant whole day, you just feel like crying there. It is so spiritually potent. And then going with the devotee like Hijgratin Bandhu Pro itself, it becomes so amazing. And then evening we hear wonderful katha, so it's non different from Goloka. Whoever among you are not able to come, You discuss with Nitai Jivan Prabhu, Abhishek Mal Prabhu, share what problem you have, you discuss, and I'm sure they'll give you a solution. You please try to come because it is so special. So, it is so special. Vrindavan Dham is so special, and we go there and see wonderful pastimes, just like we are hearing about pastimes of Ramchandra. There in Vrindavan Dham, we'll hear the pastimes of Krishna. We'll circumambulate the Govardhan hill, which was lifted personally by Krishna for 7 days and 7 nights on his left hand, small finger. And he was just, it's not like he was in pain, when I'll keep it. He was just playing flute with one hand while lifting. And it was a festival for 7 days for everyone. So these pastimes of Ramayana or Krishna's pastimes, these pastimes are happening for years and years and years. Still they are fresh and devotees like to hear. And in newspaper you hear about some actors, actresses, their affair, they're getting married, then they get divorced, and all those things. It is all like scrap, it's like rubbish. It is comes and it keeps on changing. And they talk about all Bollywood actors, Hollywood actors, cricketers, actresses, affairs. It's all material. It is there, then nobody talks about it next day. But you see Ramayana pastimes, the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra, the pastimes of Krishna. It's attracting everyone. We go to Vrindavan Dham, there we see so many people coming from the Western world attracted to the pastimes of Krishna, becoming devotees because of preaching of Srila Prabhupada. So, find out solution to your problem. Where there is a will, there is a way. So, if you desire, if you pray, and if you are able to follow the guidelines given by the devotees, I am sure each one of you can come to Vrindavan Dham. But if we have our already preconceived ideas, no, I have this, that, and I cannot, so then you cannot. So it's up to us, completely up to us. But you must come at least once in your life and experience Krishna consciousness. Just the whole city is filled with devotion. Not just 1-2%. Everyone there, everyone is just chanting. People are just rolling on the ground, paying obeisances on the road, rolling on the ground. It's the place where Krishna has stepped over. How many years back? 5,000 years back. 5,000 years back. So much devotion. Is there any cricketer who puts his feet and people go and roll there? Or any actor or any politicians? No one does that. It's all material. Krishna's pastimes, transcendental, spiritual. Potency is still same, 5,000 years. People are so devout. So devout. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You want to say something?
I have a doubt.
What's your doubt?
Prabhu, I've been wondering about this for a while now. We are practicing Krishna consciousness and we hold Krishna as supreme and we pray to Lord Krishna every day. But there is still, like, in days like these, like Dashera and Ram Navami and all of these days, there is devotion for Lord Ram as well, right? And I am still highly attracted to Lord Ram as well. My question is that how should I, as an individual practicing Krishna consciousness, view Lord Ram? Like,
we view Lord Ram as Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's no doubt in it. We have full regard and we have full attraction. It doesn't mean that I have to keep away my attraction from Lord Ramchandra and focus on Krishna only because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. No, when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find that Rup and Sanatan, they had a brother whose name was Anupam. And Anupam was a great devotee of Ramchandra. And although Rup and Sanatan would hold a chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Anupam would chant names of Lord Ramchandra. And he went to Saket Dham, Ayodhya Dham. And another story of what's there behind the Murari Gupta. It comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Murari Gupta was heavily preached that you must accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I tried one day, said, not possible. I cannot give up Lord Ram. Better I will die, but I cannot give up Lord Ram. My heart goes to Lord Ram. So it is very much possible that someone can have lot of attraction for Ramchandra. He would like to read Ramayana. He would like to just think of Ramchandra. He would just devote his life to Ramchandra. There have been, in Chaitanya Charitamrita only, one Brahmana, he invites Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his home for lunch. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to his home for lunch. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, where is the prasad? Brahman says, Lakshman has gone to forest. He will cut the wood. He will bring the dry wood. Then Mother Sita will cook, and then bhoga will be prepared, and then he will get prasadam. He is telling this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years back. This pastime has happened lakh of years back. But he is so much merged in Ramayana, he is so much consciousness is submerged in Ramayana that he is looking at this. Oh, afternoon time is there. Lakshman has gone to the forest to bring the wood. And now Sita will then cook, and then prasadam will be prepared. That is his devotion. Can you imagine? He gave the invitation to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but in Ramayana he got so engrossed that he just forgot only. And he's thinking now Lakshman when he'll bring the wood and when Sita will prepare. That's how his devotion. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, your devotion is perfect. Then after some time he comes back to his consciousness, external consciousness, and then the rest of the pastime is there. His devotion is perfect. Perfect. So there's a famous pastime you might have heard in Nasik. Chaitanya might have told about the great king Kulashekar was a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra. Did Sridhar mention in Nasik Yatra? Not this time. So in Kulashekar was a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra. And every time, it was Kulashekar only or someone else? Kulashekar only, no? So he was such a great devotee of Lord Ramchandra that when he would hear Ramayana pastimes, he would get into that pastimes mood. So when he's hearing that Sita has been kidnapped by Ravan, he immediately got up from his throne. Soldiers, ministers, come. We immediately have to go towards Lanka and help Ramchandra and bring Mother Sita. What is happening? The devotee is reading Ramayana. When he's hearing Ramayana that Sita is kidnapped, he immediately jumps up from his asan and he wants to go with all his ministers to protect Lord, to help Lord Ram to bring Mother Sita back. That is Kulashekar, fully into the mood. So it was very often, So when Kulashekar would go like this, then the ministers to protect the king, they would send two soldiers ahead and say, come back and come in festival mood, and said Sita is protected, Ravana is killed. So then our king will pacify. So when Kulashekar is going with the ministers, he will see from Samne say some soldiers are coming dancing, Jai Shri Ram and all. Said, what happened? Said, Maharaj, done. Ram has killed Ravan. Sita is saved. You need not to go anymore. You can go back to the kingdom. That was Kulashekar. That kind of devotion he had. That kind of devotion. Fully into the pastime. We cannot even imagine what is that. Then one time, the ministers, they spoke to the Brahman who used to come to read Ramayana, and they said, see, don't read anything related to Lord Ram's difficult pastimes. His pastimes where he's having trouble and Sita. Only read good pastimes where Lord Ram is very happy. Just read good pastimes. Don't read all this kidnap and killing and all. Our king gets disturbed. So he said, okay, fine. So one day the Brahman was sick. So he did not come. His son came. And son was not aware of this rule. That we don't have to read other pastime. So again he started reading. Again he read the same thing, The whole army is ready to fight at Lanka, and Ram is ready, and Ravan is going to big fight. As soon as he hears this, Ram is there with the whole army, and there's going to be big fight. Immediately he jumps up. He says, all the soldiers, ministers, mantri, everyone come. We all need to go and help Ramchandra and fight against Ravan and kill Ravan. And now minister says, my God, what he did? So they straight. This time Kulashekar is just not ready to stop. He's going. He goes all the way to the ocean. Now there is no bridge right now, That time there was a bridge. Kulashekar says, we have to go. And he's in full, like as a king, that time king would be in the front of the army. Kulashekar is going itself. He just enters into the ocean because he wants to reach Lanka to help other soldiers. Now, ocean has come, they cannot go inside. They are like fear of life. He goes. And then there, Lord Ramchandra and Mother Sita, they appear, and they take him out back of the ocean. So that was the devotion of Kulashekar. So, fully into the pastime. Our situation is different. First, we need to get convinced that I am not this body, but I am a soul. Get up in the morning, chant Hare Krishna mantra, read books of Srila Prabhupada. That is our basic expression of devotion. Basic expression. If you can get up in your home every day, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and chant Hare Krishna. That is the basic expression that yes, I am ready to sacrifice my morning sleep. If we can do that, those who stay nearby temple, you should come and chant in the temple. And that's the first thing. Then chant every day, read books of Srila Prabhupada, practice Krishna consciousness. Then, right now, whatever devotion we have, that is there, but many times it is very emotional connect. It is not on the basis of philosophy. It's very emotional. If it is basis of philosophy, we will be, following everything so strictly because I see this is what Lord Ram wants. How can I compromise? How can I do any, how can I break rules? I'm a devotee. How can I break rules? How can I compromise? You read Ramayana, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere you'll find that the devotees had such a high standard of devotion. Very, very high standard of devotion. When it comes to serve Ramchandra, when it comes to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no compromise, no shortcuts. But in the Kali Yuga, we look for adjustments, we want to do compromise, we want to do adjustments because we are becoming very emotional. Without philosophy, an emotion without philosophy is sentimentalism. It's sentimental. But if you have emotions, very good. We have love, good. Add philosophy to understand why we do this. Understand the Leela, understand the pastime. Let's try for that. Then slowly, we'll develop the right mood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So anyways, try to come for Vrindavan Yatra. It will be nice. Next time we can meet in Vrindavan Dham if you all come there, and it will be a very beautiful experience of your life. And what can I say? You just come, you will experience yourself. It's very special, very, very special. Vrindavan Dham. Very special. So try your best. If you cannot come for all the 8 days, try to come for 2 days, 3 days. Just come, touch and go. Come for a day. You may say, how I'll come for a day? I don't have leaves. Take a morning flight, return by next day morning flight. Flight is so costly. What if we die tomorrow? Where the money will go? We are thinking flight is costly, train is costly. I have to save. If we die tomorrow, neither I used money, neither I went to Vrindavan Dham, and whoever is my nominee, he will enjoy that money. Who will get the money? The nominee, na? And what he will do with that money, we don't know. So at least at your age, we should not think so much about, saving money. That is not the first priority. First thing is how, whatever it costs, let it cost. How I can go in association of devotees to Vrindavan. You may think that, okay, I'll go alone later on when I get leaves, but it has no value. Our Acharya says that one should always go in association of devotees. One should only go in association of devotees. If we go alone, then Mathura ke pede, Bake Bihari ka chaat, yahi sab chalega there, Kahan par, Vrindavan also will look for eateries and food counters. If you go in association of devotees, will realize how much devotion people have. So don't miss this opportunity. This comes once in a year, and we don't know next time when we will go. We don't know how long we will leave. My family members, I know most of them. In my distant relative also, no one has gone to Vrindavan. No, they are so busy in family affairs. No time to go to Vrindavan now. But it would be our great fortune for each one of us to go to Vrindavan now. And this is the right time because, unfortunately, also, day by day, Vrindavan, which used to be a village, is becoming more and more city and commercialized also. So before it becomes fully like that, we can go right now when it is still, some aspect is still village, go and experience that. Because when you go after 10, 15 years, you may just not see anything. You may just see only buildings and towers like you see in Mumbai. So it's Vrindavan is also because of so many people coming, so many builders and all, it's losing its, moreover, Yamuna is also losing its day by day charm and beauty. So before that comes, however, the current government, Yogi Adityanath, has really done wonderful job in whole Braj. They have made the whole Braj very nice, working, spending crores of rupees in whole Braj and making it beautiful, reinstalling all the places, doing what do you call it? Beautification, and whatever is broken, fixing everything, beautification. So Yogi government, wonderful job in Vrindavan Dham. Must have spent more than 200-300 crores. So all the places in Braj, really spending a lot of money, government money, and fixing it up. Very good job. So that is also happening, but still, it will be good to go Vrindavan Dham as soon as in your life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Prabhupada ki. Shri विजयदशमी महामहोत्सव की, रामचंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की. So I would say the takeaway would be for all of you to get Ramayan, read Ramayan, and come to Vrindavan Dham. Hare Krishna. What's the next event?